To you as well, and good morning to the listeners out there.
Now, you and I have been chatting and watching that mini docu that was playing just as we were off air. I understand that he wore the shirts because he wanted to identify with the masses and have them identify with him. But I also understand that it was something that was born out of necessity as opposed to perhaps a fashion trend. You spoke to us about his health?
Yes, of course. Partly, actually, what then happened is that if you have to do something for Madiba, he gets involved because he has to communicate with you. It's not a situation that you can come in and grab something somewhere and give it to him. But you have to have that kind of a conversation. And then he can narrate to you what kind of a person is he. As you have seen what was happening, then Naomi was giving him one of the shirts, said, "Oh, you want me to look like a peacock?" Those are the kind of things. Yeah. Because when then I sat down, when I met with him, then when he was released, it was one of those things that I have to sit down and show him the fabrics that I do have, because that's what he told me. And then after that, he feels them because, like, his daughter was saying that he used to be a very snazzy dresser. And also, he used to choose his own suits. And you must understand as well, he was a little bit flamboyant in those years. I mean, when he was still a youngest person in his life. So therefore, he needed to maintain that kind of a look and feel. But at this time, when then I sat down with him, he started to narrate that whilst he was at the prison, then there's one of the things that happened is that he then, whilst they were crushing those stones, the limestone, then at the end of it, they affected his lungs. So it was also part of the health that then he wanted to wear these kind of shirts that I was designing for him. And then again, some other issue that came across was the fact that on the other side as well, he needed to connect with the people. You heard him as well when he was discussing, says, when he was going to London at that time, when he was discussing his trip, says how he has to dress up and so forth. But he still feels that, no. I need when I'm dressing up. So he was putting them into conscious. And you can see that whilst they were laughing, his face was serious to say, you can laugh, but you're not going to change me. That's I'm not going to wear something uncomfortable. Yes, for the sake of, because I have to please somebody else. Without saying that, you could laugh with Dada, but at the end of the day, you could see his calmness to say, I mean what I'm saying. You are not going to change anything onto that. But without him having said that, he has put his statement across. So that's how then he has been, as I've been journeying with him and designing most of his shirts. And others actually came, people as well, buying them to me because they wanted to give it to him as presents.
Now, you mentioned that he needed a lighter fabric, something a bit more breathable because of his health reasons.
Yes.
And it worked out because he wanted to portray himself as someone who's accessible to majority of South Africans. And I think if anyone can pull that off, it's Dada.
One person, like you have said, I mean, when I was with him as well, I started to say, when I was introduced to him by Mama Winnie and Zinzi, it was one of those things that I said, and then started to say, okay, fine, I like this fabric. This one is going to work, and this one is going to work. Now, at a later stage, which was something that was very funny, I kept on, designing those kind of shirts for him. Guess what's happening? Now, at a later stage, Mama, I met with her, and then it was in the passage at a later stage after Tata was already a president. Now, that was before he became a president when I dressed him. Now he started to say, Sonwabile, Yefaku, how can you dress my husband with cotton fabric? It was just like that kind of thing. And I said, Mama, please don't tell Tata. Okay, Tata, maybe then you might not understand that. That's why then you get quite a number of people started to tease Tata about the dressing code. I mean, people like Archbishop Tutu then, he teased him about this. And then he also had a way of getting away, of telling him, he said, oh, you also dress, I mean, you're wearing dresses. Why do you think
I'm going to wear curtain fabric because
That's
you're
right.
wearing a dress.
That's right,
I
yes.
remember growing up in Dobsonville, Soweto, and we had this song that said, Mandela umashwabana, you know, because it was the Italian, Italiani, I think
right,
is
yes.
what it was. We were so intrigued by these prints and this color and these vivacious, looking man who had the stature and was wearing something. I mean, you could wear those shirts to go and see the Queen. He would meet other presidents wearing those shirts because he had the personality and the character to carry it off.
First and foremost, he was accepted by the world, and he also embraced the world. And therefore, he needed an identity whilst he's moving with the world, so that at the end of the day, there must be something, because clothes maketh the man. And clothes are symbol. They tell who you are, where you're coming from, and where you are going to. So therefore, the moment you put something into your body, it's either it enhances your look or it can draw you down, put you down. So you must be careful, because you become the mirror with what you are wearing. So people do not just to pick up something. Even clothes, they do speak unto your body, because the moment you dress in a particular format, and then people will be on a position of trying to divert their attention unto you because of how you dress up. Therefore, Tata, he carried those kind of symbols with him, because the major part was to make it a point that the society, the community, everybody must have a piece of him, in him, even if ever then he's not there.
And he is not there as we speak right now. We know that his body lies in state. As we speak right now, many South Africans filing past, viewing the body. The shirt that he wears right at this moment is a shirt that you made, that you designed, that brown and I think yellow, the prints, one of those iconic Madiba shirts. That's what he's wearing at this moment, adorning his body. How does that make you feel?
I am telling you, when actually I met with Mama Winnie. Yesterday I had a meeting with her for some of the things that I was preparing for her to dress up for the day, since I did some few work as well for her while she was going for the memorial service. Now, when I was speaking to Mama, and then Mama broke the news to me yesterday and said, as she was looking at Tata and wearing one of my iconic shirts as she's there, that connection. Yeah. Because now the first connection was that before I met Tata, I met through Mama. And now again, Mama is bringing me those kind of news. And then Mama asked me why I was not there yesterday to be with them when they were going to. I said, Mama, the picture that I want to dawn with, that I want to live with, is Tata I used to work with, Tata that I used to have a relationship with. I don't want to have a new face of him, because I want his legacy to live longer. I don't want to go for, for trauma, counseling and all those kind of things, because I can't move forward, because I've got this burden on my shoulder, in my heart. My heart is still pumping nicely. My brain is still intact, and I can go in and talk to people with enthusiasm and with excitement because of this man, because of what he has done. And now his legacy, I'm still carrying it on by virtue of what he once told me as well, that one of the things that I need to do is to help the young and upcoming designers and make it a point that his legacy in terms of quality, his legacy is in terms of the look and feel, stay behind. He's not going with
that professionalism. And I thank you so much for your time. I understand completely that you want to remember the man as you had met him, and not the man who lies now.